Hello everyone, the Chart Guys have been working on an introductory technical analysis course for quite some time now, and after surveying hundreds of traders with what would be the most sought after information regarding technical analysis, we came up with this course, When to Enter and Exit. It covers over 5 hours of the basics on when to enter and exit, and we feel after watching this course it will help build a foundation of technical analysis knowledge which will eliminate a lot of the uncertainty in the world of trading stocks. So the course outline, we go over the psychology of trading, establishing a game plan, the different indicators we use to signal a bullish and bearish entry, how to recognize support and resistance levels, poor entries, where traders make mistakes, exit targets, how do you know where to sell your trade, where to place stop losses, that's very important, minimizing losses is what keeps you in the game long term, my personal preparations, how I go about getting ready for each trading day, and then piecing it all together, utilizing all the information we just learned and how to apply that in the real world for making successful, profitable trades. As a bonus, we also include a lot of information on finding entries and exits utilizing patterns, and you can find these patterns on every time frame on pretty much any stock and commodity trading, and certainly being able to recognize those patterns can give you an edge as well. So we hope you will check this out. Again, it's an introductory level course. So if you are new to technical analysis and trying to get a firm grasp on things and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, then this course is for you. I hope you check it out. Appreciate you watching. Looking at Apple on the daily and weekly time frame, so we had the big reaction to earnings, and now we're seeing the equilibrium where we're forming a tightening range and an inside candlestick. The upper Bollinger Band daily support, that's likely to be tested tomorrow. It's going to be in the mid to upper 127s. The low of today is 127.78, and the high is 129.39. So that's the range we're going to be watching for a clear break, and that upper Bollinger Band will be the first level we look to if we look to the downside. And if we look to the upside, obviously the high on the reaction to earnings, 130.49, will be the level we're watching. We are going to break out above the upper Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame of 124.66 by the end of this week, pending a collapse tomorrow. That does not look likely. So we are breakout mode on the weekly time frame. The question is going to be, are we going to consolidate and start to fill this gap, or will the bulls hold strong? And I am going to be watching for some downside because it will be a nice trade if we do begin filling this gap, but we will likely need to see some overall market weakness in conjunction with that. So we'll be watching for SPY to lose the middle Bollinger Band daily support. And if it were to do that, this would be one of the first plays I look at to the downside if we do begin filling this gap, which would occur with a break of 127. Looking at Apple on the 5-minute time frame, back to this pattern, high of the day set in the first 15 minutes, then we set a higher low, lower high, we got really tight, and the clear bear break occurred once this low broke right here. So you can see our higher low, and then a lower low. So that was at 128.41. That's your bearish entry signal. When that level breaks, we broke it. Little weak bounce attempt ended up being a bear flag, and then continuation to the downside. So 128.41 down to 127.78. That's a 63-cent move, and we did see a little bounce after that. Not much upside. At the end of the day, the bulls held strong as they did with the S&P 500, but that was a nice clear trade, and that's a perfect example where you don't have to trade in the first 15, 30 minutes of the day. When the volatility and the action is really strong, it's really high risk and high reward. But if you wait for things to settle down and for the ranges to tighten, there are often many opportunities presenting themselves middle of the day and around noon and in the afternoon by just using the price action that has already been established on that day. So this was an example of that occurring. And looking at the hourly time frame, let's see that tightening range that we've had since we gapped up on earnings. And we can see our pullback low, lower high, higher low. It's getting really tight here. So a break of, let's see, I'm looking at 127.90, 127.78 is a key level to be watching. If we break 127.78, we will be looking for further downside. And the 20-period hourly is back as resistance. That level is currently 128.59 and is rejecting the price. So tight range, Apple could go either way tomorrow, but we'll be watching the range of today for some clues as to what to expect tomorrow. I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in to wrap up the week. See you then.